What's going on, everybody? It's James from About Trout. I'm with my buddy Luke Gearty.
What's up, everybody?
Luke is a Northern California guide. He guides for Confluence Outfitters. Today's video is not even about trout, it's about bass. So I love fishing with my buddy Luke because I get to learn kind of regional techniques. Today we're bass fishing in a way that I have never fished before with the float and fly technique. So Luke will break down that rig for you. And that's the best part about fly fishing is there's always something new to try, a new species, kind of get outside of your comfort zone. But I'll have Luke break down that float and fly rig for you. And hopefully you can apply it on a stillwater bass fishery near you, if you're into that sort of thing.
All right, so the float and fly method of catching bass, we're catching spotted bass and then largemouth here on Lake Shasta in Northern California. But basically you start with this, it's a Jaydacator float and fly. You can get them probably online is the easiest way to go, or you can go to your fly shop, they might carry them too. But this is the best way, I think, to catch bass when they are suspended at a certain depth and they're moving into the shallows. So it's great also in the winter time when they're kind of sluggish because there still is enough of a little bit of a bit of a bump up so you can tell when you're getting soft takes or your thing will pop all the way up. So Jaydacators, #1 bobber in my opinion. Love them. They make great trout indicators as well. Jay does. And we're using these little balanced leeches right here. And so as you can see, you tie them on right here, not normally where you would. And they sit just like this in the water column and the bass go crazy for them. For us, the #1 color was the black one. But they also will eat the green and the brown. But black tends to be my favorite color. So anyway, what it looks like is we're basically using, so this is a 9.5 foot 6 weight. You can use 7 weights. You know, it gets a little cumbersome casting 5s, and so a lot of times most of the time I'm using 6s and 7s. But what you'll see on this rigging is you definitely want to get a good fly line that does not go bad when it's not cold. So it's like 85 degrees right here. So a warm water bass line would be good. But we have a 20-pound butt section right here. And it's like not even a foot, maybe 11 inches, to a barrel swivel. And then you go from the barrel swivel to the indicator, the float and fly indicator, the bobber, and it's tied on just like that. And the really important part is to have some type of a swivel section right here too, because what'll happen is your fly line will get all wrapped over time. And so you want to be able to have this thing be able to spin. So, and then from the bobber down, we're using another little section here, and that's a 12-pound going to another barrel swivel. Some people will use swivels attached right here, but it's hard. I don't want to do anything that'll actually mess up the actual bobber system, because you want it to lay just like this when it's just on the surface of the water. And so when you get a grab, what happens is it just goes bloop like that, or it'll just move a little bit. A lot of the fish today were super soft eats, and it'd be really easy to miss them, but these Jaydacators are just absolutely fantastic. And then you know, based on where the fish are sitting in the water column, you'll go, you know, a certain depth from your bobber down to your fly. We basically started out at 6 feet, 7 feet, and then we went down to 11 feet, and we found the happy medium at about 9 feet, which is where the fish were today. And so, yeah, you know, I'm going, so basically go back to the top, butt section, 20-pound indicator, and then 10, and then from 10, I go to another barrel swivel. Remember, there's 2 of them, one above the bobber, one below. But from here down, I'm going 8-pound test all the way down to my fly, and that's where it's at. And so that is essentially, that's the float and fly method. I know some people will also run 2 flies, but today we haven't had to do that because they were definitely eating. They were all over these balanced leeches. So that's the float and fly method, the float and fly setup. You can adjust things to your liking, but it's a really effective way to catch spotted bass, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass when they're in lakes and they're suspended at a certain depth.
Really appreciate you breaking that down for us, Luke. And we're going to do a bass montage in 3, 2, 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you bass fish, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. One love.